Did you know 2 of the most feared gangsters in British history were twins? Ronnie and Reggie Kray were born on October 24th, 1933, in Hoxton, East London, with Reggie arriving first at 8 AM and Ronnie following 10 minutes later. They had an older brother, Charlie Kray, and he was born in 1927. They grew up like a typical working class family in London, but their family was far from the ordinary, like far. Their parents, Charles and Violet Kray, raised them, but their father was a hard-working market trader, so he was always absent. From the get-go, the twins were known to be very violent. Like, so violent, it seemed like they enjoyed it. Yet as kids, they channeled their aggression into boxing, and they were really good at it. They fiercely defended each other in street fights. Very quickly, people came to realize you do not mess with the Kray brothers. At 18 years old in 1952, the twins were sent to the British Army as part of a compulsory national service. This was a law that every healthy man at 18 years old had to join the army for at least 2 years. It wasn't a choice, they had to do it. This was in order to help protect the country after World War II. But the twins struggled with the army life, like a lot. The strict discipline and harsh treatment really clashed with their rebellious personality. They frequently got into fights, especially Ronnie. He was known for his quick temper, and he even assaulted a corporal officer, which led to their dishonorable discharge. Instead of the army calming them, it just seemed to fuel their anger and resentment. Emotions they would later channel into the criminal empire. After the army, the twins started to get involved in crime by running protection rackets in East London. They'd go to local shops and clubs and say, "Pay us money and we'll give you protection." When really, if you didn't pay them, they'll cause all the problems. It was like bullying people to make money, and it worked. Because people really started to fear the Kray twins. And this just fueled them more. And as more people feared them, they started running illegal gambling and nightclubs, taking control of the area and stopping anyone that challenged them. Soon, their small-time crimes grew into the powerful gang called the Firm. And if you think their crime life is complicated, wait until you hear about their personal lives. In 1965, Reggie married a woman named Frances Shea. She was from a very well-known family, and best believe she stayed married to him throughout the whole chaos. Reggie suffered from substance abuse, and there were rumors that he allegedly had an affair with a very known politician's wife. He became very violent and possessive towards Frances. Sadly, Reggie's life was too much to handle, so Frances unalived herself in 1967, only 2 years after they got married. She was 23 years old, which just shows mixing with the Kray brothers was a big no-no. When Frances took her own life, Reggie didn't take it too well. That's when things started to go south, but we'll get into that later. Ronnie was completely the opposite. He was openly bisexual during a time where homosexuality was a big no-no, and he married Frances's sister, Charmaine. Initially, he actually had a crush on Charmaine's brother. I mean, if you can't get with a brother, get with a sister, I guess. Even though Ronnie was married, he was still having relationships with men. He even had a long-time boyfriend. One of the biggest rumors is that Ronnie and Reggie did the cheeky together. But that's all alleged. Despite their crazy life, they managed to always mingle with famous people like Frank Sinatra, who often visited their clubs. They would hang out with British stars like Barbara Windsor and Deanna Dawes. They also had a lot of connections with politicians and corrupt policemen who were too scared or were paid off by them. So why weren't they arrested sooner? The Krays were masters at intimidation. People were so afraid of them that they were too scared to snitch. And they even had corrupt cops on their side. And back then, the police didn't have the same technology they have now, making it much harder to tie them to crime. And on top of that, the twins were charming and would hang out with celebrities. Who would think they were behind the biggest criminal empire? But everything changed when they got involved in murders. In 1966, Ronnie was starting to show early stages of schizophrenia, a serious mental illness that affects how people act or think. His condition worsened after the death of his beloved aunt, who died of the same mental illness. Her death hit him hard, making him more paranoid and unpredictable. Later that year, Ronnie walked into a bar and shot a man in the face in front of everyone. The man he unalived was George Cornell. Allegedly, he unalived George because he made fun of him being gay. Despite numerous people seeing the murder, people were too afraid to speak up. Because of this fear and silence, Ronnie wasn't arrested right away. But after continued police investigation, he was sentenced to 3 years in prison for perjury and witness intimidation. But he was released on bail. You would think Ronnie would calm down after this, but he just got worse. Because this time, Ronnie decides to unalive another person. But this time, he decides to pay someone else to do it. This guy, Jack McVitie. And he wanted Jack to unalive Leslie Presley. Leslie worked closely with the Kray brothers, and he did a lot of things to lose their trust. So Ronnie wanted Leslie gone permanently. But Jack failed his mission, causing Leslie Payne to go straight to the police and spill all the tea on the Kray brothers in exchange for witness protection. You'd think the Kray brothers would stop there, right? But nope. Because in 1967, Reggie unalived Jack McVitie. Reggie, usually the Karma twin, stabbed Jack numerous times in a party in front of numerous people. This shocked everyone because it was so out of character for him. Even members of the firm were shocked because this was so out of character for Reggie. I mean, he was grieving the loss of his wife, and on top of that, he always had to clean up Ronnie's mess. So I guess he just snapped. And this gave the police they needed to put the Kray brothers down. People in the twin circle started to finally talk, and the police built solid evidence against them while keeping a close watch on them. After years of fear keeping people quiet, people finally started to talk. And in 1968, the Krays were finally busted. The twins' trial in 1969 was one of the biggest trials in British history, and it lasted 43 days. Everyone watched closely, fascinated by the mix of crime, celebrities, and politics. Police presented strong evidence against Ronnie and Reggie, linking them to the murders of John Cornwell and Jack McVitie. Some of their own gang members testified in court. During the trial, Reggie remained calm and insisted he was innocent, while Ronnie, he was the complete opposite. He would laugh in court and give people an intimidating stare. Like, bro didn't even try to act innocent. Ultimately, both were found guilty and sentenced to a minimum of 30 years. In prison, Ronnie's mental health worsened. In 1979, he was officially diagnosed with schizophrenia and transferred to Broadmoor Hospital. He spent the rest of his life there receiving treatment. Ronnie died of a heart attack in 1995, and 1,000 people attended his funeral, a testament to how much of a local legend he was. Though feared for his violence, a lot of people respected him for his loyalty. Reggie served around 30 years in prison. Reggie tried to turn a new leaf, writing an autobiography expressing his regret. Unlike Ronnie, until the day he died, he was very proud of his past and had zero regret. In 1997, he was released because he had terminal cancer and passed away in 2000 at the age of 66. The Kray twins remain infamous till this day, inspiring films like the 2015 Legend, where Tom Hardy played both twins. And in this present day, London is still dealing with a huge gang problem. Right now, there are around 250 gangs in London. Knife crime is one of the biggest issues. In just 1 year, police recorded over 13,500 knife-related crimes. Being a gangster isn't cool, it's not admirable, and it doesn't make you a genius. It's definitely not a long-term path. You either end up dead or in jail. Sure, you might be remembered, but it won't add any value to the world. The world will probably be a better place without you. Many people want to follow in the steps of their fathers, uncles, brothers, but what do they really achieve? Multiple baby mums. Damn! PTSD, substance abuse, a criminal record so bad they can't even get a job. Think hard before you join the wrong crowd.